What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video today, ladies and gentlemen. And I haven't been in vlogging mode in quite some time. Reason being is because we've been filming the prep series and things like that. So me and my camera guy have been super busy making content for you guys. But today's a different kind of video. So a lot of people have been requesting this. So it's a transformation video. And the reason I'm making it is because I guess to a lot of you guys, my transformation is pretty crazy. So I'm going to share it with you guys. It's going to be specifically from 15 years old to 19 years old because I think that's where a lot of it happened, obviously. So I'm going to show you guys a lot of that. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to explain to you guys how I did it and what the a lot of things that I went through to get there, and if it was done naturally, because that's another big question I got. Is it done naturally? Let's get in the video. Alright guys, so I was able to dig up some old pics, and we're really going to go year to year. So I was able to dig up some old pics and I downloaded them, and it's crazy because when I look back at these I was like, I was freaking tiny. So we're going to go back and forth in between them. Let's all start, guys. I started bodybuilding when I was 15 years old. So I asked my parents like all the time, hey, can I get a gym membership? Hey, can I get a gym membership? And they would always be like, yes, but they never really committed to it because they didn't like... My parents, for the ones I don't know, are like foreign, so they didn't really know what the gym was and everything like that. They didn't know. It's not that they didn't know what it was, but it wasn't one of their main priorities. I started going to my older brother, and he was a huge gym guy, so I knew he would be able to get me in it. So he was like, okay, like, you know, once you get to this certain age, I'll help you get a membership. So whatever, I turned 15, and he helps me get a gym membership, and this is how I start looking, guys, when I first start in the gym. So to mind you, everybody says diet is key, and that is 100% correct. So I think I go maybe 4 or 5 months in the gym before I start prepping or dieting or whatever. And the only reason I started dieting later, 5 months later, is because my mom wouldn't allow me to eat so much. She didn't want me to get chubby, she didn't want me to get fat. But I knew what I was doing, I think. But that was one of the main reasons, guys. And also, it was like, she just didn't understand bodybuilding and things like that. So about 5 months in the gym, she officially letting me start eating as much as I wanted to, and like just on a meal basis. So I would eat meals in school, I would eat meals whenever I could. If the teacher kicked me out of the room, there's been instances, guys, where the teacher kicked me out of the room because I would just sneak chicken breast in my mouth during class period. I know that's like a stretch, but I really did do it. But yeah, my mom got a few phone calls here and there about the eating problem, but my main goal was to get the food down. So that's when I really started to grow. So I showed you guys the picture at 15, and then this was me at 16. So about a year later in the gym, I started going crazy on it, and I was really putting on the gains. And at that time, guys, I didn't really understand what, like, you know, intensity was. So all I knew was you had to go to the gym, work hard, and leave. So guys, during that time, I would go to the gym 4 hours a day. I was in the gym 4 hours a day for about a year and a half before I was like, okay, I'm in the gym way too long. All these guys are in and out before and after me, so like I need to figure out how to work out faster. So eventually I did, and that's when I really started going crazy because I knew that I had to push hard, very hard in the gym for a certain amount of time in order to grow really good and really nicely. So I started following Dorian Yates and stuff like that. That's one of my bodybuilding guys, or guys that I look up to. So Dorian Yates, his big thing is like getting in and getting out and hitting it as hard as possible, and so that's what I did. Like we said, guys, so that was at 16, that was at 15, that was at 16, and then, guys, at 16 years old, I entered my first bodybuilding competition. Boom. I know I don't look the craziest, but that was me at 16. That was like as natural as it gets. I'm still natural at that point, and I'm still natural now. During my prepping phase, I asked my mom and dad if I could join the show. They said yes. It was pretty expensive, but I was 16, so I wasn't paying for any of it. But I was staying on the diet, and what I did to get like fat guys at 16, I was just basically, I searched it up, Dorian Yates, and he said just cut out all the BS from your diet, so no sugars, no sodas, no nothing like that. That's what I did, and I prepped for about 4 weeks before entering my first bodybuilding show. And on my first show, guys, I ended up getting second place to he was a few years older than me, guys. So It was a pretty good one. To be fair, there was only 2 guys in the whole thing, so I got second no matter what. But I was looking pretty good, I think, for the teenage category. So after that, guys, I knew that I need to start putting on some size, some serious size. And mind you guys, during this time, I'm also wrestling. And if you guys don't know anything about wrestling, it's super, super cardio based. So you're literally burning thousands of calories, like just, you know, all the time, just constantly, because you're constantly moving, constantly burning. So as I was eating, I would go to wrestling practice and basically lose everything that I ate. Not literally, but you know what I mean. And then I would go to the gym after that. So that was my schedule for a long time. So bringing my weight up was pretty hard when I was wrestling, because I would go and sweat off, you know, 3-4 pounds, and then I'd go eat it. But then it's like I'm constantly at a median with my weight. So it didn't really ever go down, but it never really went up either. So then when the summer came around of my junior to going into senior year, that's when I really exploded in bodybuilding, because I kind of put wrestling to the side and I focused on just weight training, just getting big. And, you know, that's what happened. Going into my senior year, I went from 180 pounds, I believe, leaving my junior year, walking into my senior year, 212 pounds. Here's a picture, guys. I was super, super chubby walking in, so the jawline was basically gone and things like that. And I just looked really, like, just fluffy, and I was cool with that. At that time, I was like, dude, I don't care. And I still don't care now. I know the bulk, you're gonna look ugly sometimes, you're gonna look great sometimes, it doesn't matter. So then went back to wrestling, guys, and during wrestling I lost a few pounds because, like I said, it's super, super cardio based, guys, and it just really does attack, like, what you eat and stuff like that. So everything was still key, but I was still on diet, I was still eating my meals on time. Literally awesome. So after my senior year, I competed again. So I competed again in April at the Phil Heath Classic, and this was at 19 years old. So the first time I competed, guys, I was 16. Going into 17, and then when I competed again, I was 18 going into 19, guys. This is how I looked at the Phil Heath Classic, and that was natural, or that is natural at 19 years old, and I just turned 19 whenever I did that show. So a lot of it was done just through consistency, guys. So here is it year by year, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, guys. And the reason I skipped over a lot of it because my schedule stayed consistent. So a lot of the times I was just eat, school, wrestling, gym, and that's what it was. And throughout the years I just kept putting on more and more size. So it was nothing crazy, but that's how the job got done, that's how I did it. And anybody else can really do it too. So one of the biggest questions I got was, like, throughout the years too, is like, you know, bro, are you natural? How are you doing this? You know, why aren't you out with your friends partying and stuff like that? Well, guys, I'm still natural to this day. I know a lot of people call BS on it or whatever. Guys, when you genuinely work hard and when you genuinely track with everything, like what you eat, things do happen. So, like, muscle does grow, right? Because a lot of people, all the people that say, oh, you're not, you know, you're not natural and all this, those are the same people that, you know, decide to meal prep 3 days a week, and then the other 4, they're just chilling, you know? So their muscle growth is inconsistent. As to, you have a bunch of natural guys who eat 5 meals a day, 7 days a week, 31 days a month, 365 days a year, and they're constantly growing because they have enough protein to constantly support muscle growth and things like that. So, guys, it was done 100% natural. Hey, the day that changes, I'll let y'all know. But that was really my transformation, guys. Nothing crazy, it's just consistent work, guys. You gotta stay consistent in the gym. The gym is like one of the hardest things you can do because it's such a timely thing, right? Like in basketball or wrestling or football, you can be on the field every day, and within a month you'll be a whole different character, right? You'll be better at everything for that sport. But you can be in the gym for a month and you only gained a pound of muscle, right? And then you kind of look the same, but you look a little bit sharper. So bodybuilding is probably one of the hardest things I would say that go around because the discipline is unreal. And that's another thing, guys. One of the ways that I did it is because wrestling taught me such a big discipline. Like, my coaches instilled in me that, you know, cheating is fun, but cheating will make you lose. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a crazy way to think about it. But that's one of the ways I go into prep. Because for me, guys, I'll complain here and there about prep. But prep is honestly, it's super easy, like compared to wrestling practice and stuff like that. Because in wrestling, guys, if you eat bad, you wrestle bad. You know, if you eat great, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have a great match. You're gonna wrestle good. You're gonna feel great. So you are really what you eat. I'm a big believer in that. But that is it for today's video, guys. Like I said, just a quick transformation video about, you know, 15 and 19. So hopefully you guys did freaking enjoy it. If not, sorry. If so, guys, if y'all are new here, I would really, really appreciate it if y'all could hit that freaking like button. Go and subscribe. I would seriously, seriously appreciate it. If you guys could comment, I would also really appreciate that. So let's keep it going, guys. Like I said, prep series will be the next video. Let's get it.